On today's foodie adventure, we made a fettuccine alfredo. Fettuccine. We didn't use traditional noodles. We used Miracle Noodles. They are carb-free noodles, guys. I'm on keto, so that makes me really excited because I also love pasta. And along with our broccoli fettuccine alfredo, we also made some crispy sun-dried tomato marinated tofu. This is what it looks like. Yummy. Oh, it smells so good. I'm excited to try these noodles. Let's try that first. They had no odor cooking them at all, so that was a little different. So let's see what we've got here. Okay. Getting our sauce. There's not any flavor from the noodle themselves. They really just take on the flavor of your sauce, which is perfect. The consistency is not like a noodle, but it's not a bad consistency. It has a bit more of a bite to it. Overall, they're actually really good. It tastes like your sauce, and if you're making a great sauce, there's nothing that could be wrong. So let's go ahead and try our crispy tofu. We marinated it overnight in a fun sun-dried tomato kind of marinade. Oh yeah, I love tofu. You can tell by my little handle and all of my social media names. Tofu is amazing. It's such a versatile tool. If you cook it properly, if you season it well, it absorbs all of that flavor and it holds it until you put it in your mouth, and then it just bursts. So this is delicious. And if you want to stick around and see how I made this and maybe catch up with me on a little life update, then keep on watching, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! So right now we are going to do a little marinade for my tofu that I'm going to use tomorrow with my fettuccine pasta. So I'm going to make a broccoli fettuccine, and then I'm going to make some crispy marinated tofu to go on top. I've got my ingredients for my marinade here. Okay, so I've got my ingredients for my marinade out in front of me. I also went ahead and pressed my tofu for 40 minutes, and then I cubed it up. So let's get this marinade started. So we're going to start by dicing up our sun-dried tomatoes, and before we do that, I'm actually going to add just a splash of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes into our marinade bowl. So I'm just going to dice up the sun-dried tomatoes. Just going to show you one, and then you can definitely take it over from there. Nothing too fancy, just cut them in half and put a nice dice on them. And we're going to need about, I'd say, 1 tablespoon of sun-dried tomatoes diced up. I'll get that done and then I'll get right back. Okay, so we've got our sun-dried tomatoes and a little bit of the juice that they're in, oil that they're in, and we've got that into our marinade bowl. Next, we're going to do a tablespoon of minced garlic. So just 1 tablespoon minced garlic right into your marinade bowl. And then I'm going to do some salt and some pepper. Just to taste, no exact measurement on that. And then I have some artificial lemon juice. Well, I guess it's not artificial, but it's not fresh squeezed. So I'm just going to do a squirt of that. I'm also going to do some paprika. Again, just that's probably like half a tablespoon. And then some Italian seasoning. And I'm not doing measurements on this one. This recipe is just kind of being thrown together by the things that I think are going to taste good with my fettuccine. So I'm putting in granulated onion. And then I'm going to add some tomato sauce. Okay. Now once you've got all of your ingredients in there, just give it a whisk and it will be ready to pour on your tofu. Okay. Okay, so I've got my marinade all whisked up. And I actually want it to be just a little bit thicker, and I'm not going to just use water because why would you not add flavor in every single step? So I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable broth. Okay, so we're going to just splash in some vegetable broth. We'll mix it up and see where the consistency is. Okay, I definitely like this consistency better. If you didn't get the right consistency, splash in some more. But I like this just fine. So I'm going to take my tofu and I'm going to pour my marinade right on top. Okay, so once you have your marinade on your tofu, it's time to just mix it up. I'm going to take the easy route and just put the lid on it and give it a shake. You want to make sure that all of the tofu gets coated. Okay guys, let me get closer. I'm playing with angles because I am just using the camera on my phone, so it's been tricky guys. But here is what our tofu and our marinade looks like. I'm gonna marinate it overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna make some fettuccine. I hope to see you guys then. Okay, y'all, we are in the home stretch for our recipe today. We're going to take our tofu and put it into our skillet that has canola oil heated. And we're going to just saute it until it gets nice and crispy on each side. I would start with 10 minutes, and if it still hasn't reached that desired crispiness, we could go for another 5 minutes. So I'm just going to brown it up in this skillet, and then it'll be time to taste all of our delicious goodies from today. As you can tell, it's St. Patrick's Day 2020, so not as fun as most of them has been since we're all in quarantine or practicing social distancing, which is usually my life. Kind of a homebody. But for St. Patty's Day, since I'm stuck at home, I figured what better thing to do than cook. Going out shopping right now is challenging, to say the least. And I'm having a Snapple while I do it, guys. Legitimately, Snapple peach tea, it's my favorite. It's been Lysol, don't worry. Okay, so while I was out buying groceries before COVID-19 went viral, pun not intended, I was on the hunt for some udon noodles because I'm really craving this udon miso soup. But they were all out, and stocking right now is a mess, so I didn't get any udon noodles. But I did get these Miracle Noodles. They're plant-based noodles, and this is a fettuccine style. They claim to have only one carb, which is crazy amazing. Most pasta has from 40 to 60 carbs. So if this pasta is delicious and only has one carb, my keto self is very happy. So I'm going to give this a try, and I'm going to elevate a store-bought Alfredo sauce. I actually do make my own Alfredo sauce most of the time because I love my Alfredo recipe, but I figured why not, you know, scratch. And this jar sauce is delicious, and we're obviously going to elevate it and make it better because on top of COVID-19, my college classes are not canceled, but the campus is closed, so we're having to do everything online. It's spring break right now, so that doesn't start until next week. But on top of all of that, I work at a hospital. Sorry, that's a notification. I work at a hospital. I don't get to telecommute for work. I still have to go into the hospital and do my job and serve my clients and my patients. So I'm taking the precautions, and I'm washing my hands, and I'm social distancing. I still have to get out in it. So on top of all of that, with school and work and everything, I'm also saying goodbye to my apartment. My apartment that I love. I've been here 4 years. This kitchen has birthed this channel. I'm actually downsizing to an adorable little studio. So videos are going to be different. Going to have a new background. Still going to be fun, and interesting, that's for sure, but this is the last video I'm going to shoot in this kitchen, which is kind of sad because I do really love this kitchen, and I'm going from a 2-bedroom to a studio. So my storage is the challenge. I haven't figured out if I have enough room for all of my appliances. Actually, I have figured it out. I don't have enough room. So I'm gonna have to get creative and crafty with storage for all of my stuff, because I'm not ready to give up this channel or my love of cooking, and lack of storage isn't gonna stop me, guys. So enough rambling and sharing, I suppose. Let's get into the recipe. I'm gonna start by following the instructions on our Miracle Noodles. So step 1, open the bag and drain them into a colander, which you can see right there. And then after you have strained them, it says that you have the option of cutting them to your preferred size. So I'll figure out if I'm going to cut them once I get them open and drained, because I can't really tell what size they are. And then third, you put them, still part of step 2, got ahead of myself. After you cut the noodles, if you want to, you're going to put them in a non-oiled pan on medium, and you're just going to heat them until they're dry. So you're going to strain them, cut them if you need to, put them in a pan, and just dry them out. And then once they're dry, you're going to cook them in your favorite sauce. It sounds simple. I'm excited to try it because I absolutely adore pasta. Like, could eat it every day for every meal. But I went keto almost a year ago and had to give up pasta, which was like giving up a piece of my soul, not going to lie. So if I have found something that has no calories and 1 carb that could give me back my pasta, I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm going to try it. So what I'm gonna do is strain it, see if I need to cut it, and then we'll come back together to put it in the pan to dry it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So our Miracle Noodles are straining. I'm not going to cut them. They seem to be about a normal length. And then I'm also going to saute some broccoli to go in it. So it's going to be like a broccoli tofu fettuccine, but the broccoli is going to actually go in the sauce with the noodles, and the tofu is going to be crisped up separately and kind of dished out with the Alfredo. That made sense in my head. Alright, so we'll be back, guys. I'm ready to give you guys a little peek. This is what the noodles look like. It feels weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it has a nice consistency like a fettuccine noodle. Oh, that one's kind of long. The pan's heating up, so we can go ahead and put them in there to dry out. Just grab you guys. There you are. Wonder if I can turn this around. No, I think I took a picture. So I can't turn you around while I'm filming. Super fun. But there's my pan. My little test noodle in there. So I don't think it's hot yet. Nope. Okay, we're just waiting on the pan to get hot. Guys, when I say I'm moving. Like this back here, not so much packed, but you guys want to see what I've been doing with my spring break? Boom. Boxes. Been packing. I am saying goodbye to that kitchen. That big storage-filled kitchen. Let's check on the pan. Can you guys see the pan? I don't know. No, can you see it? I don't think it's hot enough, guys. Okay, guys, let's get our noodles in the pan. Nice little sizzle. So this is just to dry them out according to the package. So It doesn't say like how long or what they should look like when they're dried out. Just says put them in a non-oiled pan until they dry. So I guess we'll watch them and look for any changes. This is where we're at. While our noodles are doing their thing, I will get the broccoli started. Show you guys the prep for that. So I've got the broccoli chopped up, and I've got about 3 Kalamata olives diced. And all I'm going to do is just season and saute. Okay guys, so I've got some canola oil in a pan heating up for our broccoli. I'm just going to add the Kalamata olives and the garlic. About a tablespoon of minced garlic. And we're going to just let that cook down for a little bit. We're going to check on our noodles. They've been in this pan drying out, but I don't know if they're actually drying out. They still look glossy like they're wet, but not as glossy. I'm going to give them a few more minutes, guys. So after our garlic and our olives cook down a little bit, we will throw in our broccoli, season it up, and let it cook. But I will be back to show you that. Okay guys, I've got my broccoli in here, and I'm trying to stir with one hand, and it's not working. But we are going to give it a little seasoning. I'm going to just sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese. Not too much, just a little bit. And then some salt. And some pepper. There we go. And then I'm just going to stir this up. I'm going to let it cook until the broccoli starts to cook down. And then once it starts to cook down, we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of vegetable broth and steam it a little bit. But we'll be back to do that together, guys. Okay, guys, so our broccoli is starting to turn a nice bright green. So we're going to add a 1/4 cup of vegetable broth, put the lid on it, and let it cook for 10 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, y'all, we got our noodles out of the pan. And now we are going to elevate our sauce. Here's our little prep for that. I'm going to start by just popping the sauce into the pan. Okay guys, so I've got this sauce out of the jar and in the pan, and what I did is to use the milk, I just put it in the jar and shook it to kind of like get all the remnants out of the jar. So that's all I did with the milk. And now I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of my nutritional yeast. That looks like 2 tablespoons. I'm also going to do just a little bit more salt and pepper because that just bumps up that sauce. Okay, we're also going to do 2 tablespoons of the ground flaxseed, just looking to put back in nutrients wherever we can. Oh guys, I can't get the lid off. Ah, there we go. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of that. Then I just want to get that stirred up so it can start doing its thing. What you want to add is a little bit more Parmesan cheese. Not too much, probably just 2 tablespoons worth if I can ever get it to come out of the container. Okay, there we go. So now that we've got all of our elevating ingredients in here, I'm going to just let it simmer for 5 minutes. And then after the 5 minutes, our broccoli should be done and our noodles are ready. And then we will put everything in the pot together. They will get happy and make one delicious meal. So I will be back with you guys after this is simmered for 5 minutes. Hey guys, so we're going to add in our noodles to our sauce. The package recommends that it cooks together for 3 minutes, and that's how long I have until I can add in my broccoli. So we're going to just stir this up. It looks like fettuccine, guys. I'm excited and nervous to try these noodles because as they were cooking, they legitimately had no smell at all. Nothing. So we'll see how they take on flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let them cook in the sauce for 3 minutes and then we can add the broccoli. Okay guys, it's time to put our broccoli into our Alfredo. So I'm gonna get that mixed up. Oh hey y'all. So I dropped you guys trying to fix the angle. That's not the first time or the last time that that'll happen. Okay. Get your arm workout in for the day so you don't have to go to the gym. Oh, is that close enough? I also really like this song.